Yo, what's up everybody, Eycee here. Welcome to my week 5 top 5 tight ends and defense video. Before I get started, just want to mention I do have top 5 quarterbacks, running back, wide receiver, and showdown takes on my channel. So please go check those out. Like, comment, and subscribe to let me know what I can do better. And without further ado, let me get into my top 5 picks this week. So these are in no particular order. The first person I like this week is Zach Ertz up against the Jets. The Jets have been really poor so far this season. They haven't been putting up much points. What's a little misleading is on the stat sheets, it seems like the Jets are middle of the pack versus tight ends. However, that's not really true because the Jets have not really played any good tight ends this season. Zach Ertz is a totally different animal, and combined with the fact that I like the Philly Eagles defense this week, I expect them to have the ball a little bit more and Ertz to get more opportunity. His price point here is a little bit but it's Zach Ertz. He's a whole different animal, and I really like him this week, so he's the first guy. Moving along, my boy Austin Hooper. I said last week that this guy was my boy's boy, and my boy's boy is my boy, and nothing's changed. Still my boy, so I like Austin Hooper. He's been the top target on a team with Julio Jones, my boy, and Freeman. So that's really saying something, right? Like, he's performed really well last 2 weeks, and although Greg Olsen did bad against the Texans last week, it's old man Greg Olsen, and this is Austin Hooper, who's up and coming stud. I really like him this week against the Texans. I really think this match is going to be a really good game. Overall, high scoring affair. So I like Austin Hooper. He's the second, and then number 3, Greg Olsen. Like, he had a bad week last week, and if Josh Allen is actually playing, I do really like him. They should both be in a bounce back spot here. Their defense has been helping them in some regards to their recent performances, and Greg Olsen is just one of the go-to guys here, and I really like him in this spot to bounce back. Number 4, Jared Cook. It's kind of going to be contradictory to one of my defense picks, but I really like Jared Cook here. The Buccaneers have allowed the second most points to tight ends, and this guy is just due, in my opinion, for a touchdown. I think this is where, depending on your game scenario, Jared Cook actually does well this week. He was throwing targets. He just didn't make the most of his opportunities. However, I expect that to change. With every passing week, Bridgewater gets to run with the first team offense more and more and more, and gets the chance to get to know these guys a little bit better and plan accordingly. So I'm expecting Jared Cook here to really exploit the Buccaneers' lack of defense against tight ends. And quite honestly, at the price range, he's one of my favorite plays this week at the tight end spot. Number 5, I didn't want to talk about Knox, but it's impossible to talk about him when you have someone like Tyler Eifert here up against the Arizona defense. I love targeting players up against shitty defensive matchups, and this is the best one. Tyler Eifert's in a great spot here, great price here, up against the Cardinals team that's just terrible against tight ends so far this season. He should have had a touchdown last week. He jumped in the air, he put both hands up in the air, and the ball just went right through them. It was like a millisecond too slow. The ball literally, like, it just went right past his hands, and he should have had a touchdown. It made a lot of people happy. Would have made the game a little bit more close. I probably would not have come in third in the showdown slate, but yeah, he should have had a touchdown last week. And up against Arizona this week, I think he's in a prime spot. He's more than Jared Cook. I take what I said back about Jared Cook. More than Jared Cook, this guy's the guy to go to this week. But I like Jared Cook a little bit more because everyone's going to be on Tyler Eifert. Everyone can see the stats sheets and notice that they suck against tight ends, and they've been allowing over like 20 points a game to opposing tight ends. So Tyler Eifert is in a great spot here. So I'm going to definitely be playing him a lot as well. But if it was up to me, I would be going with Jared Cook a little bit here just to be a little different from everybody. Definitely have both, but Tyler Eifert, in my opinion, would be the safer, chalkier option here, and Jared Cook would be the sneakier option here. So yeah, that rounds up my top 5. But yeah, honorable mention here, Dawson Knox. This guy has been pretty good recently. However, they're going to be with the backup quarterback, so I don't know how well that's going to work out for them. If Josh Allen plays, I really like this guy. However, if he doesn't, then there's nothing much to say. And Noah Fant, yeah, he's a Broncos player, but the Chargers have surprisingly been pretty poor against tight ends, and Broncos are just due for a decent game. They're not that bad. Their defense is pretty good, surprisingly, so I expect this game to be closer than many expect, and Noah Fant to continue his good start to the season. So that wraps up my tight end portion, and moving on along to the defense side. The top defense I like this week, the safest defense, I would have to say my favorite pick would be the Tennessee Titans, number 1. If Josh Allen is out. If Josh Allen is out, these guys are playing at home. They're playing up against a backup quarterback. They're coming off a solid performance versus the Falcons. I just love everything about this match. The price is good. So these guys would definitely be my favorite defense special teams play this week. Cause if Josh Allen is out. After that, my second favorite defense is, believe it or not, it's the Buccaneers. I'm a really big Saints fan. I've watched every single Saints game. I try to watch most games, but the Saints, Falcons, and a couple other teams are the ones I kind of watch in particular. I just like the players they have. I like the way they play. I don't really like the way the Saints play right now. However, they've been working it out with Michael Thomas, and Kamara tries to get it done here and there, but they're up against a Buccaneers team this week. That's one of the best teams against defending running backs. They've allowed the fewest rush yards to any they've allowed the fewest amount of rush yards on average over the course of the season so far. They're ranked number 1 in that department, and that's really going to limit the run game, the ground game for the Saints. And Teddy Bridgewater doesn't like to throw far. So either he's going to have to throw far, or he's going to have to resort to throwing more short passes. That should allow the Buccaneers a good opportunity. They have 4 interceptions on the season. They have 5 fumble recoveries. They have 1 touchdown from an interception. They have 1 touchdown from a fumble recovery so far this season. Bridgewater has shown me time and time again that he takes too long to make decisions. The Saints' defensive line cannot hold for that, like, they can't protect them for that long. Not against this Buccaneers team, in my opinion.